What's going on with everybody? It's your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live from the Pink Dungeon, giving it to you real raw, rugged, and like the Breakfast Club say, we got a special guest in the building, but I'm gonna let him introduce himself, man. Who we got on the phone right now?
Marlon Wayans, what's popping?
What's going on with you, man?
I'm good, man.
Yeah, you got a little new special coming out, man. Just tell the people about it a little bit, man. What's going on with that?
Something happened with your phone. Say it again.
Can you hear me now? We good?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, I said you got a little special coming out, man. Or you got a special that's out right now. Tell the people about it, like what they need to know about it. Excuse me.
It's called Wokish. It's a really funny, wild ride for an hour and 6 minutes, and hope for a minute I could take your mind off the all the crazy stuff that's going on in the world, and we can all laugh about it.
Okay. Usually my interviews, we have like wild, like long conversations, but since we restricted on time, I just what we're really gonna do is gonna go through these fan questions. But before we get into that, I just have two quick questions for you, man. Something I've been following you for a long time. You've always had hair. If it's a little bit, a lot, you always had hair. And
Yeah.
black people take care of their hair different ways. I wear bonnets. People think it's funny for whatever reason I wear bonnets. So, were you ever going through that phase where you was wearing bonnets? What you say?
I never wore no damn bonnet.
Man, you sleep, man. Why you rocking with the bonnets?
That's wild. A bonnet?
Hey, I'm
You
talking
trying
about.
to start a fad that ain't nobody gonna get into.
Nah,
Yo, I got these dude, I'm rocking curlers. Everybody gonna be rocking curlers. No, Negro, you by yourself.
Nah, man. I'm talking about. I got the bonnet, the match the shirt, and the shoes, man. It's out here, man. You might have to hop on that phase.
You out there in the streets by yourself.
Oh man. Oh, so since you never wore the bonnets, another thing that popped in my head. Last question before we get to the fan questions. I also realized that hanging around white people really think black people are extremely funny for whatever reason. And like just for example, like I was looking at one of the interviews, he was getting interviewed by two white ladies, and they were just dying at everything. Like he was just be like, "Yeah, I hopped off the bed," and they'd be like, "Oh, look at the black man laugh." And like I've been laughed at by white people, like they think I'm so funny. I just feel like I'm tap dance for massa sometimes. So do you have a theory on why white people just think black people are just so hilariously funny for whatever reason?
I think sometimes black people overthink white people. I think comedy is something we all laugh at,
Okay.
and it's like I don't think it's tap dancing to make people laugh. If that's the case, I'd have been quit comedy.
Hmm.
I think every time you go on a stage with that hot light in front of you and people going, "All right, I paid this money, make me laugh." I don't care if you're a black performer or a white performer. That's how you feel because that's sometimes the audience, how they make you feel.
Yeah.
Make me laugh. But it goes back to the old days of England. Court jesters. It's just there's always the clown, and sometimes the clown's the wisest one in the room. And I know my purpose, and sometimes through my laughter, I'm actually dropping some deep stuff on you.
Mm.
It's just I'm disguising it with a smile. When you're left there to think, like with Wokish, you sit there and go, "Oh, that's hilarious," but then you go, "Yeah, that's true."
I respect that. Yeah.
You got to make sure you put some drop a little knowledge in there.
Okay. Well, let's get into these fan questions and we'll get out of here. One by Kylo Cruel. He asks, him and Sean made a comic book together. So ask if he could play any comic book movie, and if he could, which one would he, or would he create a new comic book?
I would love to do Plastic Man.
You say you like to do Plastic Man. He said, why would you like to do that also?
Because I think it works for me personally as an artist. I'm a big fan of Plastic Man, always been since I was a kid. But as an artist, I'm very rubbery and wiry and flexible, and if I do a superhero, I want it to be comedic. So I would love to do Plastic Man.
Okay. A couple fans asked any updates or anything to say about this upcoming Richard Pryor film.
Nah, no words yet. It was supposed to go with Mike Epps a while ago with Mike Epps, but that's not happening. So unfortunately, because the whole thing is going over the Weinstein, so who knows where it lands, man? If it lands that way, and God it comes my way, and then I'm supposed to do it. If not, for me, with the prior experience, I'm just blessed to have been a part of it because going up for that role got me on stage, and I started out wanting to play it great, and now I want to be a great.
Okay. The one he asks, what roles have you turned down that you wish you wouldn't have turned down?
Nothing. I take everything.
You take.
I'm joking. Nothing. When I turn it down, I turn it down. It's not for me. I don't look back. It's kind of like I say no and I let it go.
Well, kind of just to kind of go back to what I was talking about, I guess like the tap dancing thing. Have you ever turned down a role because you felt like it was a little like too much? I guess like playing on stereotypes and things like that.
I don't. There's roles that I don't go up for. There's plenty of movies I say I'm not interested in. Plenty of movies.
Okay.
But a lot of slave movies, I just don't even. 90% of the time, 98% of the time, I don't even audition for those.
Okay.
Read for them, or they don't cross my desk. I like creating roles. So but if something great came along, I'd do it. If it with a great director, I'd do it. But you get a lot of nonsense, and learning to say no is one of the greatest things I had to learn in Hollywood.
Okay. A couple more questions. Zill Pickle asks, what are the links between horror and comedy movies in your opinion? Because I'm guessing he's going back to Scary Movie and how you guys link horror and comedy. So how do you think like comedies and horror movies correlate to each other?
Well, I think that comedy and horror share the setup. It shares the rhythm of setup and punchline. It's you go down a road and then you don't know what's going to happen, and then all of a sudden, wham! You're surprised with what happens, with the outcome. Someone's behind a wall. It's the same thing with comedy. Someone takes you down a road, and then out of nowhere, pow! There goes the joke. So it's a very setup punchline kind of rhythm.
Okay. Last two questions. Zill Pickle also asks, is there any art today that excites you?
Any art today?
Any art today that excites you?
Yeah, all arts, man. I'm really excited about Black Panther. I applaud that. I view that as art, and I thought it was phenomenal. I'm proud of everybody that's a part of it. I'm excited. Jim Carrey's artwork is amazing. I just I appreciate plays. I go to see Book of Mormon. I go to the theater. I take my daughter to see theater. I take her to concerts. I'm very much into supporting the arts because as an artist, I'm a performing arts high school kid. I always support all arts.
Okay. Last question from Ampavelli. He actually asked two here. He says, what were your first thoughts when you... No. He said, first of all, what's your thoughts on the Monique situation, and what was your first thought when you read the script for Requiem of a Dream?
Say it again.
He said, what's your thoughts on Monique's situation, one, and then last question was, what was your thoughts when you first read the script for Requiem of a Dream?
The Monique situation, I thought, she's entitled to feel how she feels about about what her worth is, but on the other hand, I also think, I think it's like, you don't know what your worth and your value is until you either say no or you do the project. And you sometimes saying no, resistance stops your persistence. So, sometimes when you say yes, it gets you to the next level, gets you one step closer to that $20 million, gets you, more behind in the seats. You sell out the Garden a couple of times. You sell out Radio City Hall a couple of times, 21 times, you're going to get your $20 million. But until then, hey, man, you just stay an artist, you stay on the stage, and you just get better. And one day it's inevitable. They'll have to pay you.
Okay.
And in terms of Requiem for a Dream, when I first read the script, I didn't understand why the character was talking like that. I was like, why is he talking like he's from the 70s? But then I sat with the director and I understand what his vision was, and I was like, oh, wow, I want to be a part of this.
Okay. Well, to close this out, man, anything else you got to say before we get out of here?
Nah, man, go check out Wokish. It's streaming now. Hit me on Instagram, @Marlon Wayans, Twitter, @Marlon Wayans, Snapchat, Marlon Wayans fan page. Snapchat, Marlon L. Wayans, and my fan page on Facebook, Marlon Wayans. Thank you, brother.
All right, man. Thank you, man. Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, and players gonna play. Holla at your boy. We gonna sing you some bonnets too, man.
My guy.
All right, man. Thank you.